streets, they never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone, they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to fool me. Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. The streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Yeah, the Meek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Jop, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, it's how we music, nigga.
Let's go, fair YouTube usage.
It's your boy.
And I be yelling out gang gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8, the 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8, the 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8, the 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8, the 9. Slide down Rosecrans with my close friend. Bitch, I ain't no kid. I'm a grown man, and I don't need your.
Yo, that fat chick is my baby mother that's dancing, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and admit it now. The fat chick that's in the middle dancing, that's my baby mother from Crenshaw, California. Shout it out to Double Cheeseburger Bonbons. Let's go. Shout it out to Double Cheeseburger Bonbons. That's her name. Double Cheeseburger Bonbons. I gave her that name. That's the fact, brother.
It's your boy.
And I be yelling out gang gang. Do you gang bang?
That's my baby mama. Watch you go come out.
Gang, gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8, the 9. I'm from the deuce.
That's my baby moms right there with them glasses on. That's my baby moms. The fourth one from the back, the second one from the last, that's knocking it down with her big, sexy, chunky ass. Let's go.
It's your boy.
And I be yelling out gang gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. Slide down Rosecrans with my close friends. Bitch, I ain't no kid. I'm a grown man. And I don't need your cash, got my own bands. But they call me Mr. Break a Bitch in Japan, and I'm with gang gang. Yeah, gang gang, big dog shit, dog tag, let them chains hang. Bitch, oh bitch, I hope this ain't your main thing. And I be sliding around with the bananas like a orangutan. And I be sliding around with that dick like a stud do. And if it's up, then it's stuck, nigga, fuck you. Bitch, I'm from the deuce, bitch, I'm from the foe. Enterprise Park somewhere you can't go. That's on Roy. That's on Roy. I'ma go nuts like I'm in Joy's. Bitch, I'm from the deuce, bitch, I'm from the foe. Enterprise Park somewhere you can't go. And I be yelling out gang gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce, the bow, the bigs, the 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Top of the top, the hustle don't stop. I appreciate y'all. I see y'all listen, don't you? I see you people like to listen. See, even the ones that came out the cut so far, I see y'all like to listen because I told y'all I'm taking wrenches and I'm unblocking a couple of people that I had blocked. I had 147 people blocked, y'all. 147 people blocked. Guess how many people I got blocked now? 145. 2 people were unblocked. I'm about to give Angie Baby 10 seconds with her big go-ahead forehead. I'm about to give her 10 seconds with a go-ahead forehead. So if y'all can hear me crystal clear, since you want me to start early, somebody give me the dice cubes. Can you dig it? Somebody give me the dice cubes. God damn it, I am an official YouTuber now. You are now rocking with the best. Big Dice, the ruler that's been outside since a lot of y'all don't even know what this is. But I am Big Dice, the ruler. You understand what I'm saying to you? And I have been outside since they've been drinking Calvin Coolers. Y'all do remember them Calvin Coolers, right? Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Y'all said that y'all can hear me crystal clear. Mr. I think for myself said you good. Dog said you good. Angie said I'm unsubscribing. Harley said I can hear you crystal clear. Let me get to the top and shout it out right quick. Let me get right quick. Let me get right. Angie, baby, with her big ass forehead is in the building. We got my guy GP. He's in the building. You dig what I'm saying? RC Deuce done pulled up. He said, yo, I ain't getting my wrench taken. I'm in the building. My sister from Chi-Town, we got something in common. White Castles. White Castles. Can you dig it? She said, fuck that, Dice ain't taking my wrench. Big Stu, he be in the cut. He don't type all the time. But he said, I bet you I type tonight. He said, I bet you this nigga don't take my wrench tonight. Steelers Nation in the building. Even though I ain't no Pittsburgh fan, I'm appreciative that you pulled up. Can you dig it? I'm so appreciative. We got the queen, always the queen in the building. The last Boy Scout dog soldier. And we got Chillin' with Love, a.k.a. Cali with Love. She said, Dice, but I be at work. I said, don't worry about it. I got you. You dig what I'm saying? And we got Nay Nay in the building. Now, you see that? We got Nay Nay. Nene said, Dice ain't gonna take my goddamn wrench. He just gave me my goddamn wrench. I got to have my wrench back, Nene. Forever, my Nene. Is that what you mean? He said that song hit different today, baby. City Boy Floyd, he said, hold up, bro. Don't take my wrench and block me, bro. What the fuck you got going on? What you got going on? You know what I'm saying? We got the sister Harley up in there. You know, she from Philly. She don't be giving a fuck. She be like, yo, fuck that wrench, Dice. I'm over here, pussy. Fuck all that bullshit you talking about. I don't give a fuck about that goddamn wrench. That's how Harley is. She like, I don't give a fuck about no goddamn wrench, nigga. Fuck you and that wrench, Dice. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you and that wrench, Dice. Got my bro Ron BX050 is in the building. Always holding out 050. We got Miss Tanja in the building. You know what? I'm getting a little sentimental. 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 Not sentimental. I'm getting a little sentimental. I'm getting sentimental because y'all done pulled up in the building. See, I got good news. I got good news. I got good news. Angie, baby. I'm going to start out with this one with the big ass forehead. Angie, baby, has been the longest member. The longest member when it comes to the Big Dice Chronicles as far as every month. Longest supporter on the screen, behind the scenes, nothing but positive energy. Really deserves her name, Angie Baby. See that? See, it's a bunch of fake babies on YouTube. There's some fake babies. There's some fake babies because if you're not a genuinely good person, you don't deserve the last name like Baby in the street. Because remember when we was younger, when the old timers called you baby, come here, baby. You know, like even when the old timers saw us gangsters in the street, come here, baby, and come on in this house. I don't like how them police is looking. Come on, baby, and come in this house and get you something to eat. The babies was the young ladies that was always watching the kids when everybody wanted to go out. When mama was at work, the baby is the one we call baby is the one that was the most responsible when it came in to holding the family down. Because a lot of our families, you know, we didn't come from families together. Some of us did, some of us didn't. But, you know, that word baby, so this blame to you. When it comes to Angie Baby, Jamal, I see you in the building. Angie Baby, I took hers. Battle rap, you better pull up in here, Philly. You know I'm petty. Because whoever don't come up in here tonight, y'all ain't getting your wrench for 10 days. I'm telling you that right now. I don't give a fuck if I fuck with you. Fuck that bullshit. You're supposed to be here tonight. Because you will have to see 10 days of continuous action. Because I'm about to rock and roll. Like something is stole. You dig what I'm saying? And you ain't going to be able to have your wrench for 10 days. But Angie Baby, I'm putting her as the managing moderator. Facts. Now I got Angie Baby as the managing operator so they can do what I want to do. I got Dog Soldier as a managing operator. Where the godmother at? Let me look at her name. She's right here. I got Always a Queen, the godmother. She's a managing operator. When FTC Vice pull up, he's going to be a managing operator. Shout out to Tube Chronicles. Because if he didn't show me nothing about putting this together and doing that and doing this with the collages and all that, I would really not have too much to offer as far as when it comes to my content, that's God's will. You dig what I'm saying? But when it comes to, you know, the little videos, the little backgrounds and stuff like that, shout out to DMW Shots. Shout out to my man CB for putting this one together for me. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else is in here right now. I'm about to give y'all wrenches right now. They coming to you right now. Bomb. City Boy, I just put it in your hand. Steel is Nason. You be in the cut. Bomb. You know what I'm saying? You be in the cut. Chilling with love. Bomb. Just got you right. Hold on, let me get it right. My boy Philly from the bodega. Got to get y'all right. I'm going to get y'all right. I'm going to get everybody right. No, I'm going to get everybody right while this show is going on. This is a fact. And I mean that sincerely. Because like I said, y'all could be any place in the world, and I've been saying this from day one, but the time that y'all decide to spend with me, that shit is priceless. You can't get that back. Phoenix, I see you got your ass up in here too, because y'all know I'm petty. I took all the wrenches, really. You know, and then I gave out a couple of managing moderators because they can do what they can do. You see Jace, he from Brooklyn. He know I'm not bullshitting. You see Jace is in the building. You see Jace is in the building. I had to put the gun back in his hand. Everybody that's here, let me tell you something. I'm going to take my time and get y'all right. I'm going to get y'all right. You dig what I'm saying? All jokes aside. Certain things we have to get right. Certain things we have to get right. Got some content to talk about. Anybody that doesn't have their wrench, let me know. But I can put it in right now. Because it's all love. That's on Utica Avenue. Like I said, you ain't even have to come in here tonight. You could have been like, yo, fuck Dice and his wrench. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to my nigga Ron BX, holding me down, always holding down 050. Put his gun in his hand. Liddy, you lucky you pulled up. We got the motherfucking Hispanic LL Cool J in the house. He lucky. He lucky. We got my sister Harley. She been holding me down forever. She family. You dig what I'm saying? She actually was the first show. I told you, it's a couple of shows up here that I really, really have pride in taking. And she gave me the first one. All jokes aside, she gave me the first show. I think it was like about 6 hours. And then at the time, sis was going through something with one of her exes. And, you know, the reason why the show was so monumental to me, because I learned, she taught me something that night. Shout out to Wax AP, free Wax AP. He was part of that program. Shout out to my baby Keish. She was a part of that program. I watched a woman come up on a stage and just open up and be vulnerable. God knows the things she has been through, having to bury a child. I watched her come up here and she had a spirit on her that was so angry. Like it was so angry because somebody that she loved and somebody she trusted had broke that trust. But check this out. Cynical one, you better be lucky you got up in here. Sheep Stay Sleep. He's, you know what I'm saying? That's my favorite YouTuber. I couldn't even touch him. And she spoke to me. I got you, Angel. And she spoke to us. And then it kind of hit me differently because I've been that dude that have disappointed a woman before. But when you're the man that's disappointing a woman, we don't hear our women. I don't know if that makes sense. Cassandra, you better be lucky you came up in here with your go ahead, forehead. Y'all must have known I wasn't playing tonight, huh? When we argue, no, thank you, Cynical. All jokes aside, thank you for holding me down. You dig what I'm saying? That's a fact. As men, when we argue with our women, believe it or not, y'all, we at the fence. We like a real genuine man that's really in love with you, even though we may say some things that we don't mean. We don't even understand what we're saying when we're saying it. Because it starts to get to a tit for tat. Unfortunately, my sis and her ex went through something. And when she first got up here on the show, she was just fuck niggas and I don't give a fuck and fuck these niggas and word to mother. I could have been doing me. But since she chose to come on a platform, check this out, with a group of friends and people that she's never even spoke to or seen before, she got to hear real insight. Ladies and gentlemen, I notice when we going through something, we got to be very careful of the people that we go to with the problems that we having, because that's a trick of Satan. I loaded you up, Ja. Oh, no, I didn't. Hold up. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Ja, you loaded my you. Gun in your hand, Mario, is that. Little Maiden Bar, I appreciate you for pulling up. You got your wrench back. See, this is what I appreciate about YouTube, because I'm not saying nothing about disrespecting nobody. It ain't no God, it ain't no Miss Made in Italy. I'm telling you, you better be glad you in here, because you know you'd have got the 10 days. You'd have got the 10 days. Yes, you'd have got the 10 days. You'd have got 10 days. East New York, I'm talking to you. You would have got 10 days. Because I'm about to start a content run. But the show was 6 hours, yo. Can't make this up. The show was 6 hours. And when my sis got up on the show with us at the beginning, she had a different spirit than what she had when that show ended. You know what I'm saying? A couple of great people and a remarkable chat really, really came back right and gave great information. Grizz, I see you. I already know the real ones is going to pull up. Vibes, I see you. It's back. You know what I'm saying? Got to put the guns in my people's hand. I just tell y'all, I just threw a little Amber Alert. I'm taking wrenches, because if you fuck with me and you rock with me, get on in here and get some of this work. We ain't got to be. Let me explain something to you. When we had that show with Harley, I was honored because she came up here and was vulnerable. She was straight up. And she showed the real side of a woman going through pain. It taught me a lot. It taught me a lot. Like I said, I have made mistakes where I have been the man that has disappointed a woman or two. See, as men, GP, I see you. I see you. The gun is in your hand, baby. The gun is in your hand. As men, it's our job to be the protectors. As men, it's our job to be the people that can compromise. I remember one time my grandfather and my mother was going through some beef. My fault, John, the gun in your hand. My mother and my grandmother, my mother and her father, my grandfather, was going through a little turmoil. And my mother said something to my grandfather, strong man. Couldn't get him mad or nothing. But my mom said something to him that made water come out of his eyes. She said, "Everybody in the street loves you, Daddy. How come you don't want that love in the house?" And I didn't understand that. A lot of people don't understand the responsibility of a man. When you see a man that's admired and adored and followed in the street, and then he can come home and just be broke, it seems like around the ones that he loves. Holly, I got you. It's because the man is exhausted for the face that he has to show in the street. See, when we are in the street, men show different faces. When we come home, we want to be at peace and we want to be at ease. The most dangerous thing a woman can do is make her man feel as though she's no longer loyal. I know this may sound petty. I know this shit may sound petty, ladies, but let me explain something to you. If you fucking with an official nigga, this shit may sound petty. He don't give a fuck who your peoples was before y'all got together. When y'all got together, see, us official niggas, we got this dumb mentality. Well, it's not dumb. We got this mentality that it's us versus the world. See, a lot of men, when they get around their women, they love their moms, but they already made they mark in the streets, so they already know their mothers know certain things not to even do or say because of the character that their son has displayed. So when you my woman, my mom's, yeah, she got an opinion, but the decision is always going to be made by me when it comes to me and you. But unfortunately, I notice when it comes to a lot of women, decisions that should be made by y'all pertaining to you and your man is always assisted with someone from the outside like your mother, like your sister, like your homegirl, like your best cousin, like your best friend. That's 5 different women, ladies, that are going to talk to y'all about what y'all going through, but what you are going through has nothing to do with what they went through. And the degree of disrespect that they may have endured may not even be equate to a misunderstanding that you may be going through with your man. Now, see, check this out. When you got a bunch of entities, to wrap this around, when you got a bunch of entities around you that just want to tell you, yo, you shouldn't be fucking with that nigga. Bitch, you too good for that nigga. I don't know why you fuck with that nigga anyway. I told you he was a dog. Bitch, you should have fucked with X, Y, and Z. As opposed to this panel that people that was up there with me that night that was talking to Holly as a friend. Ladies, stop talking to niggas that want to get in your pants when you going through something with your man. Because if the nigga want to get in your pants, he's not going to tell you the best advice for you. He's going to tell you the best advice for right now. Facts. Facts. You got to stay away from them type niggas. You know what we call them type niggas? Drop guard. I got your wrench for you, baby. This is what we call them type of niggas. Let's go.
You's a bitch ass nigga. That's a fact, man. You's a bitch, nigga. You's a bitch ass nigga. On my soul. You a pussy, you ain't shit without that pole. You's an internet nigga, you's a troll. Let your day ones put their trust in you and you told. You's a bitch ass nigga. You niggas mutts. You be out here pillow talking to these sluts. You the type I fuck around and get you touched. You the type be selling mids and be telling them it's brunch. You's a bitch ass nigga. It never fails. On my block, you get shot for making sounds. We be focused on the plan to run the world. You be joking on your mans in front of girls. You's a bitch ass nigga. Just another sucker. You's a chain snatching mic on motherfucker. You the nigga in the circle that I caught stealing. Man, I cried cause I couldn't kill him. You's a bitch ass nigga. Why you a hoe like that? Why you gonna snake your right hand for some dough like that? Why you gonna run up on a pack that he gonna throw right back? When you real shit don't go like that. You's a bitch ass nigga, bitch. You done ran over some bricks, you done copped a couple fat.
Rewind!
You's a bitch ass nigga. That's a fact, man. You's a bitch, nigga. You's a bitch ass nigga. On my soul. You a pussy, you ain't shit without that pole. You's an internet nigga, you's a troll. Let your day ones put their trust in you and you told. You's a bitch ass nigga. You niggas mutts. You be out here pillow talking to these sluts. You the type I fuck around and get you touched. You the type be selling mids and be telling them it's brunch. You's a bitch ass nigga. It never fails. On my block, you get shot for making sounds. We be focused on the plan to run the world. You be joking on your mans in front of girls. You's a bitch ass nigga. Just another sucker. You's a chain snatching mic on motherfucker. You the nigga in the circle that I caught stealing. Man, I cried cause I couldn't kill him. You's a bitch ass nigga. Why you a hoe like that? Why you gonna snake your right hand for some dough?
I just said Keith's name. We got her in the building. I need some more members too. Get the members up, y'all. Grown folks business over here. And that's a fact. Free Wax AP. Guy, you got it. You got your gun, my nigga. Shout out to my guy. You got your gun. Guy didn't even have a wrench and still popped up like, fuck it, I'm coming to fuck with Dice. Just like Drop Guard. He said, Dice, I don't give a fuck about no... Yo, let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck about no wrench. When I first got on YouTube, the reason why I wanted the gun in my hand, because I was marked for death. Like I would go in certain chats, peace to the chat, troll ass niggas, oh, fuck you. Bah! I can't even clap back. I can't even just blow a shot, like give a nigga a leg shot. Yo, 5 minutes, check yourself. Respect the show. Don't worry about me. That's why I'm not really a fan of certain chats. And then you notice everybody wrenched me up, but then the bullshit died off. I don't be giving a fuck about no motherfucking wrench. If you see me in your chat, I fuck with you. That's a fact. I even watch shows, but I don't type. I still do this to this particular day. I even support shows that people would never know I support, but I don't type. I don't type because I'm telling you, I know the power of your name in somebody's chat, especially if the person or the people that's throwing that party is featuring somebody they don't like. I know the power of that shit. Oh, shit. The nigga Dice up in there too? See, I'm from a different era. If you fuck with me and the nigga going at me, you shouldn't be in this chat going peace. To me, that's weirdo shit. That means you'll let me get clapped. I know some people don't really think about it to that depth, but unfortunately, I'm fucked up. I tell people that I'm a product of my environment. I'm really, when it comes to certain shit, I know it's certain shit that I may not see the way you see it, but I know I'm gonna see it to the way I survive. It's 52 years improving. That's a fact. I know a bunch. I could do a show. I could do a show on over 100 friends of mine that was murdered. I wasn't around regular people. I can do a show on 25 to 50 that was murdered under 20. Rest in peace to my nigga Patrick. You know what I'm saying? Scar from Park. I could tell you a bunch of shows, man. I could tell you all that shit. So that's why I'm very, very protective about my space and my peace. This is facts. Like, I don't even be giving a fuck about what niggas be talking. I don't follow motherfuckers because my pops told me that shit. You follow a motherfucker, you can follow a motherfucker right into a goddamn dark room. You can follow a motherfucker to death, and you can follow a nigga to jail. He said, yo, why don't you want to just lead your own way? And he was a crackhead telling me this shit, sipping on Wild Irish wine. See, but the jewels that he was giving me, I wasn't absorbing them shits. First of all, I wasn't intaking them. I was absorbing them because jewels is like water to a sponge. I was absorbing them. But it took for me years after him passing away, may he rest in peace, for me to even understand the shit that he was telling me, because when you looking at somebody that you admire and you're young, you don't understand the power of addiction and what that can do to somebody. All you know is I'm selling crack, you smoking crack. We looking at niggas that smoke crack like they fools. Like, what are you doing smoking crack? You married to my mom's, dummy. Are you crazy? So the Jews that he was giving me, you know, I was in my motherfucking feelings. I wasn't hearing what he was saying, but thank God he continuously put shit in me that got me to 52 years old. All the gangsters that was around me, I absorbed. It's just like the situation going on right now with Puff. Puff going to jail. He not going to jail for the rest of his life. He won. See, this is the part people fail to realize. Just Eric, I see you in the building. I see you in the building. People fail to realize Puff won for now. For now. Just like I told you earlier, the first person and the only person that you ever know in the criminal enterprising that beat the feds was John Gotti, rest in peace. They did it. He tore them feds up, and then the feds came right back. They said, hold up, we didn't pull that part out. Let's go at him. And then they pulled the monkey wrench out. They said, check this out. The man that defended you, he can't even defend you no more. Y'all remember the outcome with that one. He ain't trying to go to jail, Ron, but I promise you, he going to jail. See, I was looking at this from all aspects, and I was breaking it down. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to show you what's going on about the whole aspect. Like Judge Mathis said, if it was up to him, he would give him 5 to 10 years. See, people, matter of fact, look at this. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something right quick. You got 5 counts with the feds. The most dangerous one that was him facing possibly the rest of his life in jail, y'all, is racketeering. They found him not guilty. You got sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. He's found not guilty. So what they mean by that is when all them people got up there and was talking about how Puff would secretly drug people through liquid, would secretly make sure people were drugged and on high ecstasy and 2C, the pink cocaine. This is what they was trying to say. They was trying to say that these people were only involved in these sexual acts, in these parties, in these rendezvous because they was under the influence of drugs. But no, they proved by more than the doubt that, nah, people ain't give a fuck about that. They wanted that shit to enhance the experience just being around Puff. Niggas was like, oh, if I sniff some of that pink booger sugar, my pussy gonna get wetter. Oh, if I sniff some of that pink tussie, my penis is gonna be erect long enough. It's gonna be like the first time. Fuck it, I'll try it. See, that's what was going on in the motherfucking exclusive parties. People fail to realize the niggas was freaking the fuck off. Just like a lot of y'all want to freak off and probably do freak off, but you'll never talk about it on YouTube. Okay, boom. Number 3, transportation for prostitution. Boom. You sent the jet. You sent your private jet. You sent your private jet to go pick up a group of women that may have been escorts. This is what they into. They ready to do something strange for some motherfucking change. Boom. You sent your tour van. Yo, check this out. You paid for them to stay in certain Airbnbs, certain hotels. They knew what they was coming from. They was trying to get $1. They ain't give a fuck about what all them people was talking about. They ain't know you was under investigation by no fucking feds. All they was trying to do was get around Puff, Bad Boy, and them niggas and have a good time. Now, they found you guilty for that. Now, check this out. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. If you pay attention, it's the same thing as the second charge. See, that's the fucked up part with the feds. Them niggas could give you the same charge just by rewording the shit. And if you got a bitch-ass motherfucking defense team, they'll fall for that shit. It's double standards. It's double jeopardy. You can't go to jail for something that you already been told that you didn't do. You can't get on the same motherfucking charge, but if they reword that motherfucker, they reword it. Because it's loopholes in that motherfucking judicial system. And then the last one, transportation for prostitution, guilty. Okay, like I said, when we said transportation for prostitution, pay attention. As you pay attention, the first charge is racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. Second charge is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, right? Check this out. Read. The third charge is transportation for prostitution. All right, boom. The fourth and the second is the same thing. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Not guilty. Now check it out. Number 5 and number 3 are the same thing. Transportation for prostitution. Do y'all see this shit? The feds just said the same motherfucking thing. So that meant from day one, when it came to them type of charges, they didn't have a motherfucking thing on Puff. What they was trying to do and what they're trying to do now, because if you pay attention to this picture, I don't know if this was just a joke, but this is the picture that allegedly was put out today in the news when the judge denied his bail. When the judge denied his bail. I don't know if this is just something they put together, but this is all over the internet. And this is actually a depiction of Puff leaning over from one chair to another chair, supposedly with his hands down. A very distraught look. You know what I'm saying? Ron said he's going to appeal it once he get his sentence. He said Dicey has important people behind him. Remember, he never snitched on nobody. See, this is what I understand to be, I think, his escape group. Because people be saying that he is part of this boule. Part of this boule. Like I told you, when you start making things hot, it's just like with the mob. It's just like when niggas get money in the street. Yo, boy, why you got the police on the block? Why you keep shooting the block? See, I believe they sat him down for a minute and said, yo, we gonna punish you for a minute. But what we can send you away for the rest of your life, or we can have you hurt or unalived in jail. You see what they just did to R. Kelly. He said, we ain't gonna do that. They said, we want to see what's going on. So when Puff first went to jail, I think they just watched him and said, yo, let's see what he do. Let's see what he do. Let's see what he do. Let's see if the nigga get in there and start running his mouth. See, it's a different conglomerate of people we talking about. This ain't the niggas from the corner. This ain't the niggas from the hood. This is them people that's in white collars. These are very dangerous individuals that are connected to Puff. See, it's all type of things. You got to understand what's on Puff name: murder, extortion, drug racketeering. This is not regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Kidnapping, He's saying he blowing up. People are saying that he's known. He's not who he's saying he is. But let's go over this right quick. Check this out.
Coming on the air right now because the federal judge in the Sean Diddy Combs trial has just denied bail for Combs hours after a split verdict in the racketeering and sex trafficking case against him. On the third day of deliberations, the jury finding Combs not guilty on 3 of 5 counts, acquitting him of the most serious charges of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. Combs guilty on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Each count carries a maximum of up to 10 years behind bars. The verdict considered a huge win for Combs, who is facing the possibility of life in prison. He's been behind bars since his arrest in September. Let's get right to ABC's chief investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky. And Aaron, we know that the defense was hoping that Combs would be able to leave the courtroom and go back to his family today. And earlier, he even said to his family there that I'm coming home. But it turns out that that is not the case. What are you learning from what happened in this hearing late today?
Sean Combs entered court just a moment ago looking upbeat. He greeted his family, who crammed into the gallery, all in one bench, his mother, sons, twin daughters. And I think he was anticipating that he would be released following the mixed verdict, especially the acquittal on all of the violent crimes. But the judge immediately.
Ron BX said he's not a violent criminal. I beg to differ. Ron, you forgot about the shootout with him and Sean? You forgot about when he got in the truck with them guns with Jennifer Lopez and random red lights? What, y'all forgot about that? Oh, y'all forgot about Rest in Peace Wolf. And that's one thing also that we got to recognize too. I've always said this. Shout out to his defense team, because we ain't talking about what they have to prove that he's guilty of certain things. Ron got 100% of a fact right there. They can't just say he's a drug empire extraordinary. No, they got to prove that shit, even though the proof is inevitable. Hold on. Even though the proof is inevitable. Y'all see when I played the show when he depicted as being the Joker? When he ran up on that boy from Power? What you think that nigga was acting? No, he wasn't acting. Puff is really dangerous. Puff is really mentally fucking disturbed. He's a sociopath. He is a fucking sociopath. Just Eric said, 3 years. I say 7 to 15. Yo, Shots, what up, nigga? How you feel about this situation with Puff? Pay attention to something, Shots. They just did it in front of the world, but nobody pays attention to the fact that the second charge and the third charge are the same thing. And the third charge and the fourth charge are the same thing. So they just scrambled words. They just scrambled words on. They ain't did nothing but scrambled words on them. Didn't they? I want y'all to pay attention to the first charge. Racketeering, conspiracy, not guilty. Yes, Angel, this is the feds. They don't give a fuck that they did the same thing over again. Pay attention. Racketeering, conspiracy, not guilty. The second count is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty, because Cassie said she likes drinking lemonade. Now pay attention. The third count, transportation for prostitution, guilty. The fourth count, pay attention, the same count as the second count, same wording and everything. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, not guilty. The fifth The same thing as the third, transportation for prostitution. Now, check this out. If you already know he's not guilty for sex trafficking by force and fraud and coercion, and you already know that he's guilty for transportation and prostitution, what the fuck is the reason for the third and the fifth count? What is the reason for the third and the fifth count if you already found out the answers for the third and the fifth question on the second and third count? Sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, not guilty. Transportation for prostitution, guilty. Okay, they said it again. Sex trafficking by force, fraud or coercion, not guilty. Transportation for prostitution, guilty. To me, that makes no fucking sense. Like I said, that's double jeopardy. I see you, Nene. Holly, I see you in the building. Did I speak to you earlier, sis? I don't know if I said what's up to you, girl. I know I put the gun in your hand. I don't know if I said hello. Pardon me if I did. Ron BX said he's going to get home monitoring, in his opinion. How many people feel as though he's going to jail? Y'all feel as though Puff going to jail? Put the dice cubes up. If you feel as though he's not going to jail, say nah. He coming home. Now make sure y'all understand I do be having a method to my madness when I ask certain questions. So pay attention to who's asking you this question. You know I be on my bullshit. Now I'm going to ask you this again. Do y'all think he's going home? Or do you think he's going to do some time? Because I got one response for everybody that's saying they think he's going to come home. If Puff was coming home, why they denied his bond? If Puff is coming home, why did they deny his bond? If Puff is coming home, why didn't they say, I'll give the $1 million. I'll give him. Why? Why? Pay attention. If he's convicted or he just blew to the lesser charges, the RICO charge is out the water. Nope, not guilty. So if he's going home, y'all, why they keeping him in jail to October, to the date of the hearing? Ain't no more court. Ron said they denied his bond during the defense presentation. He still had a RICO at the time, man. No, I'm talking about today. Ron, I don't know if y'all know what happened a couple of hours ago. A couple of hours ago, Puff Daddy was denied bond because they said if he beat the high charges, he should be released immediately. Let's pay attention.
Immediately sat down at the bench, started reading his decision saying bail is denied. He would not be released prior to sentencing because the judge said his incarceration is required based on what he was convicted of. Transportation for the purposes of prostitution. The judge said the defense did not make any successful arguments to say that that expectation should be overridden.
All right, Erica Tursky, thank you. Stand by for us a moment. You're taking a look at some of these live images from our WA.
Are you people crazy? Do you know how hard they is on motherfucking prostitution right now? It ain't prostitution no more. It's called sex trafficking. That nigga going to jail. He's not going to jail for the rest of his life. The nigga has been guilty, deemed guilty for bringing women across the line to be fucked. I don't give a fuck if they wanted to fuck or not. You know that shit ain't right. Are you crazy? I don't give a fuck if they wanted to go have sex. I don't give a fuck if they was on salary. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Just like 50 Cent baby moms. He said he was giving 50,000 and she knew she had to come through and freak off and do these things through arrangement and all that. That's not right. That's fucking manipulation. You taking advantage of somebody because you know they either fucked up, they super ego struck on you on some groupie shit, and you just doing some medieval shit to them. That shit ain't right. All right, I'm ready to bet some motherfucking 10 seconds on this. I'm betting 50, 10 seconds, is he? I bet 50, 10 seconds. I bet 50, 10 seconds he go to jail. Who want to take that bet? I'm talking about 50, 10 seconds timeouts off the stage anytime they motherfucking feel like it. If I'm wrong, I take the 50. If y'all wrong, you take the 50. We can be talking about Mary had a little lamb and jumped over a tree, and I'm going to time you out for 10 seconds just for this bet. Ron BX, you are not correct in that one. Prostitution, pay attention, is legal in certain brothels in Las Vegas. The most infamous one is called the Bunny Ranch. Prostitution, y'all, is not legal. Why do you think they doing all these things online with these niggas that's searching the web for these escorts? That shit is not legal, y'all. It's not legal to sell your body for money unless you are a porn star. Unless this is your occupation. You know, the part to say, what do you do for a living? I am a porn actor or actress. You don't even have to ask too much about, well, what does that consist of? Tell me more about your job. Oh, you're in the porn, so that means you are getting paid to commit certain sexual acts that will be recorded and televised, and people will pay money to see. Facts. Shot said, them people know they aren't safe. You see that girl, what's her name? From Vanity K? What's the cool white girl name? The first one that was on the documentary. She said she's terrified if he comes home. See, people fail to realize Puff come home. If he comes straight home, I think it's going to make him worse.
ABC New York, a chopper camera here. You can see the crowd gathering outside the courthouse. A lot of people were hoping, people who were waiting there outside the courtroom, to be able to get a glimpse of Sean Diddy Combs as he was released. But again, that news coming down that he will not be released on bail for now. Let's bring in ABC News legal contributor Bernarda Villalona. And Bernarda, we know that this case was not technically about domestic violence. At least those were not the charges against Combs. But of course, there was that now infamous video from the hotel surveillance that showed him physically assaulting Cassie Ventura. Is it possible that any of that evidence came down to what the judge was considering in terms of his release back to the public on bail?
100.
Okay, let's speak on that. Everybody in here, should he go to jail for that? Let's just say, should he go to jail for that one incident right there? Say everything else is bullshit, thrown out the window. Fuck the fact about the transporting the kids, the Usher Raymond, giving them what? Syphilis. Besides, what his name is, Brashear, the little dude from Empire, the things that he said that Puff and them did. All right, let's say all that is done. Should he be, pay attention. He beat it. But now they're showing that in the federal case. I want to ask everybody this real rap right now, all jokes aside. As a human being, should he do some time, or should he be in a somewhere for his psyche to be checked? Because I don't think the jail is going to do anything for him. I think he need to go somewhere and sit down and be taken away from this atmosphere that he has created around him. I think he need to be taken out of his comfort zone. I think he need to get away from the luxurious houses, the Scarface pools, the Miami, the Lyrics, the trips, the boats, the G4, all that motherfucking wild, lavish shit, and need to go somewhere and break down and have somebody talk to him about what makes him think that these acts that he's doing is cool. That's a fact. I think he needs rehabilitation. I need somebody got to get in his mind and be like, yo, Puff, why do you think it's cool for that, man? It's one question I would ask him. Puff, what would make you rent a hotel room and fill it up with portable tubs, plastic tubs, and fill them up with KY jelly and baby oil? What would make you do that? What would make you want to throw a party? Check this out. What would make this that y'all want to go to a party? I'm just being real. Fuck it. This ain't got to be Puff. This is me. Let's talk about me. Let's talk about me. Okay, fuck it. We ain't talking about Puff. We talking about Dice. I'm throwing a party for the 4th of July, ladies. In the Hilton Marriott Hotel, I got 4 rooms on the top floor. Invite says, be prepared to get messy and wet. Bathing suits preferred. I'm promoting this out in the street and Instagram and people that know people that's telling people, yo, Big Dice throwing this party. You know he bringing that baby oil. How many of y'all women coming? How many of y'all dudes is coming? I'll wait. I got one person. My man Ron BX said it don't matter. East New York said, hell fucking no. Ron said, I sure as hell ain't going. Keisha said, the sad part about it is he all knows. It's like a generational thing in his family. With time served, 7.5 to 15, if we talking about jail. If we talk about rehabilitation, a mental spot to see what's going on with his psyche, at least 18 months, depending on his progress. And then just not to have him full. I mean, you got to put that nigga, yo, let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to take somebody way out of their comfort zone for them to be like, hold up. OG, I can see you. You ain't blocked. You ain't blocked. Your gun in your hand. I took all the mods. I said I was being petty. I unblocked. I had 147 people blocked. I unblocked 2 people. It's still 145 blocked. It's some motherfuckers you just will never see up in here. The only reason why he's in jail, y'all, is because it's taken like a criminal act as now. I don't believe Puff should be in jail. You dig what I'm saying? I'm saying if it was up to the judicial system pertaining to what he has been convicted for, and because of who he is and his power, yes, I'm saying that, yeah, okay, like the judge said, 5 to 10 years, I say 7 to 15, just because they're going to try to make an example out of who he is. But if you're talking about really getting him some help, rehabilitation, because this shit, like he said, started from when he was a baby. Somebody fucked Puff up. DMW Shot said the right thing. Kills 22. I'm glad you came and got your gun because you'd have went 10. You'd have went 10. You'd have went 10 days without your gun. I don't think people don't understand this shit, Shots. I don't think people understand what you're saying right now. He is a flight risk, and the witnesses aren't safe. The people that came out against him, they are not. Let me tell you something. This nigga Puff is not pussy, man. Let me explain something to you. He got money to disappear. He got that money, man. He got that money. He getting around them Elon Musks. He around them Bill Gates. It's already photographs with them niggas. Them niggas always been mingling, you dig? He around them different type niggas. He around them Bill Gates niggas. You let me explain something to you. Them niggas is telling the world that we're all set in a motherfucking module through special motherfucking tubes. These is different motherfucking niggas with money. They talking about these niggas got some shit on the other side of the Antarctic where it's a bunch of rich niggas that's just living in some tubes and shit. So let me explain to you. It's shit that they not telling us. That's the type of money them niggas got. Puff fucking with. They got that money that they ain't got to talk to you about the shit they do. You'll never know what the fuck is going on, God bless the soul, of the Queen Elizabeth in the fucking mansion. You'll never know what's going on with Prince Charles and them and Princess Diane if that shit wasn't publicized. You dig what I'm saying? It's certain people with a bunch of money that you ain't gonna know what they got going on unless they want you to know what they got going on. And that's the motherfucking people that Puff was rubbing shoulders with. He around some dangerous individuals. Russians, you got to pay attention to this. When he was fucking with Ciroc. That's a Russian backing. His friends, Donald Trump. You remember what Puff, we see what Trump just said? Well, me and Puffy, we were friends. I thought we had a good rapport, but then when I went into politics, our relationship swayed. That's what Donald Trump, the president of the United States, said. I played it on one of my shows. But I'm telling you, them feds different, y'all. Them feds is different. See, this is what has me at curious note right now. If you asking me right now, if it was up to me, should he get a bond and should he be released immediately? Yes. Yes. He has 4 months to be free, get around his family, and his loved ones and his supporters and get prepared to what he is facing. Maybe get prepared with the fact of, you know what I'm saying, maybe rehabilitation. If they're talking to him about, yo, maybe you need to go get you some help. Yes, I think he should, from him being in jail 9 months and the most detriment charge, which was the RICO case, racketeering, that was going to give him 30 years. He is not guilty on that. The man should be home right now. He said Big Dice in the Fed, 16 months is like 13. 60 months is like 13. So you know what they're about to give him. ABG, you better get up in here and get your gun. You from Brooklyn, nigga. Better stop playing. I told y'all I was taking wrenches. Y'all better come get this work. It's right there. It's right there in your hand. Bang. He said, yo, where the fuck my wrench at, boy? I know it sounds crazy, Holly, but let me explain something to you. I know niggas that got 4 to 12s for domestic violence. And they didn't have Puff money. And they didn't do half the shit that Puff did. Let me say that one more time. I know niggas that got 4 to 12s, 2 to lifes for domestic violence. And grew up in families exposed to nothing but eternal domestic violence. That's the fucked up part about the world. See, they say, oh, that person got a problem. They're always fighting. Who raised them? First question. What were they exposed to when they were children? Second question. What would they have to go through when they were their imperative ages? Third question. These are questions that people do not ask. 7, I see you in the building, sis. These are the questions that should be asked. Who raised them? Kevin Jones. Boy, y'all niggas, I see y'all niggas, y'all must have paid attention to the short I did and told y'all I was feeling about them wrenches. If you fuck with me, you're supposed to be. I appreciate y'all for pulling up in here. I appreciate y'all for pulling up in here. I appreciate your shots. Y'all must have seen it. Y'all got your guns back in your hands. But like I said earlier, so many people of importance that just broke down on Puff and walked away from him. I don't feel as though, because that loyalty, I hope he know not to fuck with them no more. I better not see this nigga in no picture with Jay-Z. I better not see this nigga in no picture with DJ Khaled. I better not see this nigga in no picture with Kevin Hart. I better not see this nigga in no picture with Tiffany Haddish. I better not see this nigga in no picture with motherfucking Beyonce. I better not see none of that sucker shit. But I'm going to show you one person that when Puff, if he does get out, he should fly that nigga straight to wherever them niggas be flying and chilling. I ain't talking about no baby oil shit. I ain't talking about no Meek Mill shit. But I'm talking about to look this man dead in his motherfucking face and say, I appreciate you, because it was only one person that was speaking up for Puff. And I'm going to show you who it is. And I call him the mosquito rapper. I can't understand how he be talking sometimes. You dig what I'm saying? But pay attention to what Boosie had to say. Shout out to all Urban Accent Central. Let's go.
Glad to get it free, bro. You know, the reason is because I'm tired of seeing us black moguls get took down like that, bro. Like, and I'm tired of seeing us black people go against us black moguls like that. And I feel like if Diddy was a white man who done all this shit for people, you know, I know he ain't paid people, but if he done all this shit for hip hop, if he was white, they would have had so many white people out there protesting for this man losing his life behind a relationship, you know. And people always Boosie was on Diddy's side. Nah, it ain't that. It's because I'm thinking about 7 children. Y'all thinking about one person. I'm thinking about these 7 kids who've been in my kids' position. Not knowing if your daddy gonna come home or not is a burden on the child. So all y'all was like, no, I'm thinking about them damn children, man. So man, I'm glad he's free, bro. You know, like I've been said, I don't feel he was guilty of nothing, you know, nothing but domestic violence, you know. But
pay attention. He said, I don't feel as though he was guilty of nothing but domestic violence.
You know, nothing but domestic violence, you know. But the court spoke, man, I'm happy that dude children, man. I know his feeling right now, bro. I'm just happy for them children, man. So, you know, Diddy, sit your ass down. So that's what you need to do. Grab Stevie J, your children, and get the.
You can't play both sides, you niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher, and he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds were cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. Hold these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading their clothes on the Poshmark. Switch, baby, careful with this. I mean, this bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like, hi from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The street said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tougher, and he still told.
Where I'm from, they sucking the get their wigs laced. Every other week, new nigga in their kids' face. Free stems with each purchase, goods.
Yo, shout out to my man Club Fortune in the building. I see you pull up. And shots too. Y'all remember I told y'all I was taking my wrenches, but when it came to the members, that was a mistake with shots. Y'all know I'm crazy. Sometimes I be on that OE. You understand what I'm saying to you? I gotta apologize. Sometimes I really be on that old way. Can you understand what I'm saying to you? I really do be on that old way. You dig what I'm saying? So I apologize to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to my guys from Patterson. You dig what I'm saying? This is Hard Luck and Fuego Bass. You dig? Remember where y'all hear all this new shit first, because I like to bust the fights. Remember where y'all heard it first.
Where I'm from, they sucking to get their wigs laced. Every other week, new nigga in their kids' face. Free stems with each purchase, good service matters. It's sold through Black Lives, so we serving crackers. Dug in my ass 50 times to the last crumb. If it wasn't for hard luck, we wouldn't have none. Bought my advance to the plug, this is my last run. Industry niggas is getting. Where I'm from, they sucking to get their wigs laced. Every other week, new nigga in their kids' face. Free stems with each purchase, good service matters. It's sold through Black Lives, so we serving crackers. Dug in my ass 50 times to the last crumb. If it wasn't for hard luck, we wouldn't have none. Bought my advance to the plug, this is my last run. Industry niggas is getting bitches ass done. I'm so far from a rap dude. Turn myself in with subs, booth, if I ever had to.
I got an ear for this shit, y'all. I could be its motherfucking CEO. Big tune this. Shout out to Hard Luck. Patterson boys. Bumbo Clyde.
Where I'm from, they sucking to get their wigs laced. Every other week, new nigga in their kids' face. Free stems with each purchase, good service matters. It's sold through Black Lives, so we serving crackers. Dug in my ass 50 times to the last crumb. If it wasn't for hard luck, we wouldn't have none. Bought my advance to the plug, this is my last run. Industry niggas is getting bitches ass done. I'm so far from a rap dude. Turn myself in with subs, booth, if I ever had to. Wish I just homies versus be a kite to niggas. And I'm alright with not being alright with niggas. Cause my feature price rise weekly. For 3K, I'll rap like Andre before the dashiki. As far as the game, I'm only halfway out. Just bought Yank a new coat, he in the halfway house. More money, more murders, we invest in burners. Know them rusty 38s made us early earners. When you walk inside my kitchen, you can smell an odor. Yeah, that hard white cooking got that stellar aroma. They hit my homie in the head, he came up out that coma. Graduated in the Fed, they gave me my diploma. We got that Fuego Bass, trapping out of alleyways where it ain't so safe. My nigga, it ain't no face, it ain't no case. My nigga speeding and it ain't no brakes. And it's death before dishonor in my circle, so it ain't no snakes. And these bitches where we ain't gon' chase. And we ain't knocking on no doors, we gon' kick them in. I give a fuck what size the bullets, we gon' fit them in. I know that water come with pressure, nigga, hold it. Niggas be in interrogation rooms, folded.
Yo, shout out to them boys, Hard Luck, man. Shout out to them boys, Hard Luck. Shout out to them boys from Patterson, New Jersey. You dig what I'm saying? Let's get back into what they're saying about this dude, Puff. Let's see what he's talking about, because I'm telling y'all, this ain't gonna be right.
Saying absolutely. You have to think that this judge is in a unique position, that he heard all of the testimony, all of the evidence that was provided through this 7-week trial. He also knows of evidence that wasn't submitted before this jury. So he took into account what he actually heard. He took into account that it's no longer...
Now pay attention. You heard what she just said? This judge right here, the reason why he decided not to give Puff a bail is because of evidence that was presented and evidence that he heard that was not presented. So what the judge is literally saying is, yo, I think it might be just safe to let's just hold him for a minute. While we got him here, let's hold him for a minute. Because I'm telling you, I think he fucked up with the masses. You dig what I'm saying? I think Puff got too cocky.
That evidence came down to what the judge was considering in terms of his release back to the public on bail.
100%. Absolutely. You have to think that this judge is in a unique position that he heard all of the testimony, all of the evidence that was provided through this 7-week trial. He also knows of evidence that wasn't submitted before this jury. So he took into account what he actually heard. He took into account that it's no longer that Sean Combs is accused of transportation to engage in prostitution, but now that he has been convicted by a jury of his peers. He took into account that his ability to flee and not return for sentencing, as well as that he's a danger to the community and also to victims.
I'm fucked up, y'all. I don't think y'all paying attention to this shit. If they felt as though this was just all a misunderstanding, this is just my opinion, y'all. They would have gave him bail. He'd be home right now. He'd be in the shower right now, chilling, singing, "Take that, take that." Probably having a baby oil party. Word up. I'm telling you, it's other stuff that couldn't be presented that you got to understand. Them judges and them district attorneys and them prosecutors and them defendant attorneys was like, yo, hold up. Everything that they showed, they had to agree on what could be presented in court. Certain things is stricken from court, but you got to understand it's not stricken from the memory of the people that saw it. It's not strict. That nigga Puff is dangerous.
Remember that Cassie Ventura's attorney, Doug Wigdor, submitted a letter to this court requesting that Sean Combs remains in custody because he is a danger to society. So taking all of that into account, in addition to what his potential sentence would be, does give us a cue into what he will actually sentence him to. While it's a mandatory of 10 years on each of these counts, there is a sentencing crime guidelines. And the prosecution is claiming that it's about 51 months to 63 months, while the defense...
Pay attention. 10 years on each crime.
To society. So taking all of that into...
Pay attention. He won, but he still lost. Puff won because he ain't got to worry about spending the rest of his life in jail. But he still lost because he's going to have to do some time, y'all. Think about it. This shit is 10 years. He's... Put like this. The mandatory of the crimes that he's facing is 10 years. Okay, so let's just say the judge says, for the 2 crime, which is the same crime that I'm convicting you for, I'm going to give you 20 years. Do y'all know the judge has the right to enforce extra years to give you more time? Grizz, salute. Do you know the judge can say, you know what? From the severity of this case, because you know that's how them judges be on some real G shit. They be like, from the severity of this case, I feel as though this should be implemented on this crime. See, them judges, they be having their own motherfucking ways to talk. City Bam, I see you in the building, gun back in your hand. They're not playing, man. The fucked up part, just like my man just said, he just pulled that out of my head. You know why this shit is sad? Because somebody fucked Puff up. Just imagine that shit. I want everybody in here to close your eyes right quick. Some real G shit. I want you to just do the experiment with me. I want everybody in here to close their eyes. Just listen to what I'm saying. Just close your eyes. And just imagine that you grew up in a household where you watch men run in and out of your mother's bedroom. You watch your father and your mother fight, try to kill each other. Police called. They're back together. Exclusive parties, homosexuality, lesbianism. And you 4 years old. And you see this from 4 years old to a teenage years, and on top of that, your father was killed. That ain't no regular way for nobody to come up. There ain't no way for nobody, no child to endure. You Puff fucked up. Peoples, I see you. I'm glad you pulled up. I'm glad you pulled up because I took all the wrenches. I told niggas, whoever don't come show some love, you're getting your wrench took and you're going to have to wait 10 days. Appreciate you for pulling up. The only people that were excluded was my members. Was my members. You dig what I'm saying? Well, Puff was fucked up. Puff didn't just wake up and say he wanted to be a villain.
Account, in addition to what his potential sentence would be, does give us a cue into what he will actually sentence him to. While it's a mandatory of 10 years on each of these counts, there is a sentencing crime guidelines, and the prosecution is claiming that it's about 51 months to 63 months, while the defense is saying 21 months to 27 months, and Sean Combs has only been in custody for 10 months.
Bernarda, thank you. We are just getting this information from the U.S. District Judge here, citing Combs' domestic violence as part of that justification for his continued detention. He called it a propensity for violence. This is also a quote here, the judge saying it is impossible for the defendant to demonstrate that he poses no danger to the community. Again,
you heard what that man said? It is impossible. It's impossible for Puff to even think that nobody would look at him like he wasn't dangerous. He said from the way he just, you see, all jokes aside, do y'all see what he did to that woman in that fucking hallway, man? If he ain't supposed to go to jail, he's supposed to go somewhere and held against his free will to leave and get him some fucking help. He's supposed to be somewhere in the mountains. I'm talking about the Appalachians, some wild type of shit where if you go outside, you fall off a motherfucking mountain into a water and you die. Just my opinion. You see what Angel said? Plant the seed and watch it grow. Plant the seed and watch it grow. Puff ain't just wake up one day and said, yo, I want to urinate on women. If that was the case, R. Kelly wouldn't have been charged with the same thing in 1998 when he urinated on the young girl in the sex tape. See, this is the thing that goes on with them wild niggas. They freaks. You remember David Chappelle? He did the comedic version of R. Kelly. He said, do, because niggas is freaks. Golden showers. If you pay attention to when Biggie Smalls, if you listen to the second album of Biggie Smalls, Life After Death, he was at the legendary Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito show. And Stretch and him asked him what's the weirdest thing he's ever been through with a groupie. And this is all on the album. Go listen to it. The nigga Big says he met a woman. This out of big word. He said, I met this chick that wanted me to shit on her. So everybody started laughing. And Big was like, nah, I met this chick that wanted me to shit on her. And he was like, what you mean shit on you? He said, I might shit on you because you remember back in the days, if a dude slept with a girl and he didn't call her back, or they was like, he shitted on her. He said, I might just sleep with you and don't call you back. If that's what you're talking about. He says, the girl says, no, I want you to literally shit on me. He said, the girl told him, I want you to cock over and shit on me. So then you hear the music running down as everybody's laughing. And they said, so what happened, Big? He said, well, when I shitted on a bitch, if y'all think I'm joking, go listen to the Life After Death album and listen to the interlude. There's people listening to some wild shit. And unfortunately, that's the shit Puff was down with.
And that as part of this decision not to grant him bail, to deny bail to Sean Diddy Combs. I want to go to our ABC News legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer. Brian, you've been watching this case very closely. You've been inside the courtroom at times. So now that bail has been denied, Brian, what are the next steps?
So the next steps will be sentencing. And between today and whatever the sentencing date is, and we're waiting to hear what that is, Sean Combs will be visited by someone from the probation department. And they'll interview him, speak with Sean Combs, family members, anyone else that they may be directed to, and they'll create what's called a PSI, or pre-sentencing investigation. That information will be given to both the attorneys as well as the judge, and will help guide them in terms of a sentencing. Now, Bernarda had pointed out the sentencing guidelines that both parties have put forward. The defense saying that the sentence should be anywhere from 20.
Danny, you better be lucky you came in here with your go-ahead, forehead, because I took everybody wrenches. You said, read my title. You better be lucky you came in here because you would have been cursed out and you wouldn't have got your wrench back for 10 days. We got Danny Lux in the building. We got Daddy will curse your ass out. Yo, Daddy, you think I'm joking? We was talking about you the other day. Yo, we was talking about Danny, right? Because somebody had upset Danny. I ain't throwing no shots or nothing like that. I ain't throwing no shots. I'm just saying somebody had upset Danny. And Danny popped up on China Brim Show. Let me tell y'all something about Danny. I've never heard nobody call nobody a gorilla face bitch. Danny said, "What a gorilla face bitch." The crowd goes wild. Legendary Clash of the Titans moment that people have overlooked. If you go back and watch that shit, Danny Lux seriously might be from Brooklyn in a past life. He said he is a psychopath. He is a sociopath. He is a sociopath. He is a sociopath because he has a disorder in how to treat and act like a human. He don't even know how to treat a human being. He doesn't even know how to be a human being. He got to be reprogrammed on simple things like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, opening the door for ladies. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that protective spirit in his heart. You know, so many people were saying that that whole jury squad, the jury squad might have been paid on or influenced by the pressures of going against one of rap's biggest moguls / henchmen, gangsters. Tell you now.
21 to 27 months, the government saying anywhere from 51 to 63 months, but that PSI will provide what they believe the sentencing guidelines will be, and then either side will try to argue, come sentencing, that there are either aggravating circumstances, the government will oppose those to go higher, or mitigating circumstances to go lower, and that's when we'll find a sentence, and of course the potential of what's called victim impact statements, people who will testify or give testimony about the sentencing of Sean Combs.
Brian Buckmeyer, thank you. I want to go back to Aaron Katursky. Aaron, we know that sentencing hearing scheduled for the fall. Sean Diddy Combs has already been in custody for about 9 months now, and he's also facing dozens of civil lawsuits. What more does he have ahead of him before that hearing? We know, I think it's on October 3rd.
October 3rd at 10 a.m. is when.
That nigga not going to jail till October. He's not going to his. Yo, let me tell you something. I honestly disagree with that. But I don't know all the evidence that them people heard. I'm still bent with him about to sit with Big. Forgive me for not always including Tupac into that scenario, respectfully. But Pac wasn't my man. Now, if I have my nigga Do Dirty up here, David Cooper, he might be saying, yo, he don't fuck with Puff because of Pac. Because my nigga Dave fuck with Pac. But Pac wasn't my man. I went to school with Big. So that shit right there personally bothered me with that whole scenario because I watched rap take a person that was engulfed around certain situations that he made it beautiful through music. He just made it beautiful. He made some of the most fucked up situations that happened in Brooklyn or in his neighborhood. He just turned it into beautiful music. And then he got pulled into the whole East Coast, West Coast scenario because of him trying to forewarn Pac. That shit is fucked up. See, that shit is fucked up. That shit is really fucked up because, like, I was going to do a show on that shit one day. Big never set Pac up. He never set Pac up. He never set Pac up. That shit is so fucked up. Big never set Pac up. It just was a coincidence that niggas was recording. First of all, back then, dudes was really paying for studio time out of their pocket and through budgets. So instead of them letting, say for instance, Bad Boy send them to some bougie ass studio that might be $250 an hour, niggas was known to go to Quad or go into the cutting room. You dig what I'm saying? Where you can get the same quality, the same experience, especially if you need an engineer that's there. You ain't got to spend $240. You taking cash and going to spend $70, $80, maybe $100 an hour. And because of the rapport that you got built with the people that's trying to build their studio, there was deals made all the time. That's why niggas was all at Quad Studio. Niggas wasn't trying to rob fucking Pac. And not with Big. It's like fucked up. Like, and that's a bad curse because, like, if you really from Brooklyn, you know, if you fuck with somebody, you be telling them, like, yo, leave them people to fuck alone. And it's only a few chosen people that will just take heed to what you're saying. People, you know what? I learned that today in this world. You can tell somebody, yo, check this out. That person ain't for you. The era today, people will be combative. So what? Why you think that? Why you think that about that person? I don't care. I know them. That's my friend. That they wouldn't. Let me tell you something. If a person that really fuck with you takes the time out to say a person don't fuck with you, and they can explain to you vividly and articulately why that person is not good for you, you need to take heed to that. See, when a person look at you and say, yo, that person ain't for you, and you be like, why you say that? Nah, I just don't like the person. That's something that you can overlook. That's something, it might just be some jealousy or some envious emotions pertaining to that. But if a person could sit down and say, yo, check this out. Before the person knew that me and you were going to be friends, the person that expressed to me ill things about you, certain untruths about you. The person just discredited your character. The person painted a picture of you that was totally not you. And to this particular second, I want to know, why did that person paint that picture of you and you're so loyal to that person? See, I'm from the era. See, it's a new era. People today, when you tell them something, they'd be like, who told you that? And motherfuckers today be like, well, I don't want to say. You better get that person the fuck away from you. When a motherfucker coming to you with some type of information, the minute you ask them where they get that from, or they're supposed to express that. It was Derek Peterson, the bitch ass nigga that be with your cousins and them at the pool hall. That's who. Well, when it's people today saying, well, I don't want to say who said, I just wanted to tell you, because they're involved with it. Because usually when a person comes to you with information that's said about you, they sat up and rapped with another motherfucker about you. Because we ain't from that era of sitting up and letting a person talk negatively or down about nobody we fuck with. The minute we hear something to the slightest of disrespect or making us feel comfortable about the person, we stop that for a minute. Let me get my nigga over here right now. We pick phones up and call niggas. Where you at, boy? Boy want to holler at you for a minute. Pull up on Utica. So we stop conversations like that. Nowadays, people are so, I used to think people were against people, but I'm starting to figure out people are so curious because their lives are so boring. They don't know when to cut off certain information. Because once you involve yourself and allow certain information to be passed to you, it's one or two things you got to do if you fuck with somebody. You got to get that information to them immediately, or you mind your business. If you fuck with somebody, you can't mind your business. Because when I was coming up, if you fuck with somebody, they are your business. That's how we came up. If I fuck with you, you are my business. You can't tell me one of my mans from Prospect, I hear some niggas in the P's, or I hear some niggas in the Sty talking about some niggas from my block or and they don't even know I'm involved with certain niggas. and they talking about they gonna bring harm to my peoples, and I'm gonna come back to my block and not. I don't even give a fuck if I don't fuck with the niggas like that in my neighborhood. If the nigga around me and I know his mother, or I might be cool with his brother and I don't like him, but his aunt was always cool with me. Yo, boy, niggas was talking reckless about you, boy. I know I don't even fuck with you like that. But once niggas start to talking about certain intricate information that anybody just wouldn't know, niggas would be like, yo, heard you, appreciate you. That builds an alliance and a respect between niggas. It's different today, y'all. Morocco, I see you in the building. It's like a difference today. It's like a difference today. And that's why I think this whole shit is like fucked up, because it's too many niggas this real selfish in dealing with individualities on a whole, instead of trying to, you know, get the same alikes around them to come together and build. That's really the best way to do it, to get the same people to think. The bug part about it is, just because a person thinks like you don't mean 100% what you think they'll think. Still sharpen steel. Facts. That's just like the situation with Puff. If he do get away from this, he's going to jail. I got time. I don't give a fuck. It's either going to be jail. He's going to jail. But he needs to surround himself with everything opposite of that he was around. That's a fact. And he need to thank God, because he don't have to spend the rest of his life in jail. There's going to be some punishment, but he ain't got to spend the rest of his life in jail. Well, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I ain't going to keep y'all too late. Make sure y'all set your bell notification. Everybody that pulled in and got your wrenches back, I appreciate y'all. Everybody that's members, I appreciate y'all. Make sure the people that's thinking about being members, I appreciate y'all. Join the team. Hashtag Team Guardian. Another day alive, another day free. Y'all know the rest. Salute.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free.